Welcome to Raj Online Trainings. In the series of full stack Java projects, we are in the project Employee Management System, and this project is developed using Spring Boot and Angular. And in the previous videos, we have created this Spring Boot project, and we are able to get the list of employees, and we have created a REST API to create the employee. Means whatever the employee object you pass as an argument to this create employee method, using this repository, using this safe method, we can insert this object into the employees table, right? And in our employees table, we are having totally 3 records. These are the records present in our employees table. And the front end part, Angular, once we build the project, and when we open browser and type the URL localhost 4200, it's displaying the list of employees. And in the last video, we have created this add employee hyperlink. When you click on this add employee, it's going to load your create employee component. Here in the code, we have seen app.component.html. When you click on this add employee, the router link is what? Create employee. And we have created the link here, router app routing module. So when the path is create employee, which component should get loaded? Create employee component. This component is getting loaded. That we have seen in the last video. So when you click on this add employee, your create employee is going to get loaded. And when you click on this employee list, it's going to display the list of employees. Now, let us write the complete code for this add employee. For that, whatever the REST API we have created in our Spring Boot application, this create employee, and what is the mapping here? Post mapping. Means whatever the object we pass like an argument here, employee object, this object we want to insert into the employees table. So since we are doing insert operation, the mapping is post mapping, and see the mapping here employees. So what is the REST API to enter into this method? http://localhost 8080 employees. So now we want to invoke this REST API, and the mapping is post mapping. So for that, in our Angular project, we have created this service, employee service. In this employee service class, let us create a method here, create employee, which takes employee as argument. So we are creating employee object here, observable object, open and close curly braces. Say here, return this dot http client dot post. So which method we have to use to get the records? Get method. To go with get mapping, get method. In order to insert, we use post here, http client dot post. Then go with this base URL, tilde symbol, dollar, and you can say this dot base URL, curly brace close, tilde symbol close, comma. So to this, which object we have to pass? Employee object. We have to give the employee object. So this method, whenever we invoke this create employee method, whatever the employee object we are giving to this method, by using this http client, using post method, we are inserting this object. We are passing this object to this base URL. This is our base URL in order to invoke this service. So this method will take care of inserting the object what you pass into the employees table. So this is going to invoke our service. So this is the service part. Now coming to this create employee component. Here let us go with this create employee component.html, where we are going to design the form, where we are going to design an Angular form which is going to accept employee details, like name, designation, and salary. Let us design the form here. Create a division. Let us go with the bootstrap class equal to colmd -8. These are bootstrap classes. Offset MD3. Just to design the proper class here. To go with a proper form, we are using this bootstrap classes. I'm going with heading 3, create employee. Now, in this, go with the form. ng submit means once you submit this form, on submitting this form, we want to invoke the function on submit. We want to invoke the function on submit. Now, create a division, class equal to form group. Now, here, go with the label, employee name. Go with the label employee name and go with the text button, input type equal to text, class equal to form control. It's a bootstrap class. Placeholder will go with the placeholder as enter employee name. Enter employee name. Let us go with an ID. ID equal to employee name to identify this text field. ID equal to employee name and apply the two-way data binding. Square bracket ng model equal to employee.emp name. And this name of the text field will let us go with employee name. So we are creating a employee name as label and we are just creating one text field, and the placeholder we are giving it as enter employee name. The ID given to this input text field is emp name and we are applying ng model. This is for two-way data binding and the name say employee.emp name, and the name of this text field we are giving emp name. So similar way, you can go with the other form data. Let us accept here employee designation. Let us go with the label designation. Then here input type text, class from control, placeholder, enter employee designation. Then ID, let us go with the name designation and ng model employee dot designation. Then the name, let us take it as designation. Now, similar way, go with one more division to accept the salary. Copy and paste here. So go with the label employee salary, create a text field, placeholder enter employee salary, ID, let us go with the ID like salary, ng model employee dot salary, employee dot emp salary. Then the name, let us take it as salary. Now, so we are just accepting name, designation and salary in text fields over here. Then once we design this form, let us go with one more division, style equal to margin top 10 pixel. So we are creating a division, style equal to margin hyphen top 10 pixel. Then in this, create a button, type equal to submit, class equal to button primary. These are bootstrap classes, button btn primary. Then let us go with the value on the button as save employee. Value on the button we are going with as save employee. Now check it here. So let us terminate this and recompile the application, rebuild the application. Okay, we need to complete even the TS file, create employee component.ts. So in this one, we are having the class create employee component, and let us make this class implements on init. Then keep mouse pointer on this error and click here quick fix. Implement the interface on init. Let us override this method on init. Now in this create employee component, let us go with a property employee. It's of type employee equal to new employee. We are creating the object of employee here. Import quick fix, add import from employee. Then let us go with a constructor. In constructor, let us use private employee service, because by using this employee service only, we can able to invoke the method. So what is the need of creating this employee service object? In order to invoke this method in this service, in this employee service, we want to invoke this create employee method. For that, we are creating the object of employee service. And let us take one more, private router. So I'll explain what is the use of this also. Then quick fix. Right. Just I miswrote this curly braces. Now here from the form, when you click on this submit button, save employee, on submit, we are invoking what's the on submit function here. So in our component, let us create a method on submit. In this on submit method, we want to invoke this method, this dot insert employee. Let us invoke the method this dot insert employee. Now here, create the method insert employee. In this insert employee method, let us invoke this dot employee service dot create employee. By using this service object, we are invoking which method? Create employee. To this, let us pass our employee object as argument. Then say call subscribe, then data equal to greater than symbol, then say. So we are calling which method? Create employee. Once you call create employee, so the object whatever you pass, it will go to this method. This object will get inserted into the table. So it's going to invoke our REST API. This REST API it's going to invoke, and whatever the object you pass, this object will get inserted into the table. So once it inserts the object, so whatever the data we are getting, this data again I want to show on our console screen. On our output screen, we want to show the employees again. So in order to show the employees, let us invoke a method, this dot go to employee list. Let us invoke a method, this dot go to employee list. Now create the method here, go to employee list. In this method, just to say this dot route dot navigate, this dot route navigate, where I should navigate. In order to display the list of employees, what we need to do, we have to redirect to our employees. So by using this navigate here, by using this route, we are invoking the method navigate, and we are invoking what here? Employees. So when you say employees, it will go to this app routing.model.ts, and based on the path, your list employee component will get loaded, and this is going to take care of displaying the list of employees. right? We are getting an error here. So this router, it is taking it as Express here. This is not from Express, from @Angular router. Now see, the error will go off now. Right. Now, even this create employee component is ready. And what we have done, let me recap it. In this create employee component, we are creating object of employee, and in the constructor, by using this employee service, we are passing two arguments, employee service and route here. It's of type router. Now, here we have created a method insert employee. In this method, by using this service, we are invoking create employee method. It goes to this service class, employee service class, and this method will get invoked. And this is going to invoke our REST API, localhost 8080 employees. And since the method call is post, the object will get inserted into the table. And once we invoke this method, and when we click on the submit button, which method is getting invoked here? ng submit on submit method. So it comes to on submit method, and internally it's going to invoke insert employee. After inserting this employee object into the table, we want to display the list of employees back on our browser screen. So for that only we have created this go to employee list. By using this route, we are navigating to this path employees. So when we navigate to this path employees, which is loading our list employee component again. So that is the task what we have done up to now. Now let us compile our project. Let us terminate and recompile again so that we won't have any issues. It's not binding here. Let us see this employee class. EMP ID, EMP name, designation, and EMP salary. ng model employee dot emp name. So the spellings are correct only. Let us check it here. Employee list. It's showing employee. Add employee. Let us add some employees here. Something with the name Satish, programmer, and some salary. Let us check whether it is working. Save employee. It's we have pressed enter key, it might have given some error. So I'm recompiling again in this serve. Okay. So I got the details. Like we have missed out one thing, like we need to include this app.module.ts. We need to include the forms module over here. That we missed out. Forms module. So we have missed out this forms module. Because of that, we are getting error. So we need to import this forms module. Let us terminate and recompile in this serve. Right, it's working now. So you can see the code. So nothing problem. You can even type the code like this, no issues. Okay. So I'm making the screen totally visible for you so that you can see the complete code over here. Now open browser and type the URL localhost 4200. So it's showing the list of employees. Now when I click on add employee, go with the employee name, employee designation, then employee salary. Now when you click on the save employee, see the new employee got added over here. And you can click one more time, add employee. Let us go with one more employee, designation, accountant, then some salary, some 6666, save employee. See here, one more new employee got added. And even if you check your table, database table, now if you go with the command, select star from employees. Now see, you can see the list of employees got added into our table. These two records we have added into the table now, right? And once we add the employees, see immediately it is displaying the list of employees. So it is displaying this list of employees because after inserting the employee object into the table, we are invoking the method go to employee list, and this go to employee list is navigating to this employees path, and because of this path employees, it's redirecting to list employee component, right? So that's about in this video. We have added the employee into our database table using the REST API, and in the next videos we'll see how to go with update and delete operations. Please subscribe, like and share. Thank you.